What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Bring the Thunder podcast. Once again, we have a list of several topics we're going to go over today. So let's kind of just jump right into it with Satvir's topic at the top here. So, Satvir, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I think the main news that we heard from this week was the new okc-thunder arena. The main news about that was they're actually downsizing the capacity of it for Paycom. I think it was like over 18,000 fans could fit in. Now it's around the 17,000 range. And the square footage of the arena itself is going to increase to like 2,000 square feet. So there's more legroom. This is set to open in 2028 with construction costs around 900 million, which is ridiculous. I did want to pull up some of the like architecture that they had for this. I think like just showing that off would be really dope. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Let's go ahead and look at this. So on like what you guys think about this new look arena. One thing I'll say like right off the bat about it is it's kind of made out of glass, and the weather in OKC can kind of get wild. So that's one thing that I was thinking about. But it is a futuristic look. It's a bigger size arena. I know like the front row seats are closer to the like players, so it's going to be louder in the arena as well. So it's great from a design perspective. It's kind of what OKC resembles, and then they kind of got Thunder Alley back as well. So those are kind of the key main points. But I'd love to hear from you guys what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely meant to kind of be like this big attraction. I mean, it looks incredible. So even if you're not really a Thunder basketball fan, you can kind of like have some pride in having this nice of a structure in your city. I mean, just especially that glass wall. I do agree with you though, Savir. I would be a little concerned about the weather. Like that definitely has been a factor in a ton of the infrastructure in the city. But that just looks great. I mean, it looks very nice. The glass is pretty flashy, and a lot of the interior seems really nice as well. I'm curious if they focused on some of the sound design on the inside to really make sure, and I'm sure they did. It's their job. I'm not gonna undermine their
They did,
ability.
to answer your question, they did.
Yeah.
So the
Well,
way the
that's big.
design is focused towards
Mhm.
the center. So it is going to get louder.
That's the biggest thing I wanted to note was as long as we keep that loud atmosphere that pretty much every NBA player recently has been saying that OKC is the hardest place to play. As long as we keep that, that's all that matters. So I'm a big fan.
Apparently, it's going to be like the steepest possible, which means that it converts to noise. So it'll be loud, if not louder. And I'm sure, Xavier, that like they have a plan for the weather. So hopefully it just doesn't get destroyed in the first 3 weeks of being open. But yeah, I mean, I love it. It's a new gen arena. A lot of teams are going to be switching to this. We already saw it with the Clippers, and I think it looks awesome. It's something great for the city of Oklahoma City. And I mean, a perfect time for it to come into place.
Yeah, that was one of the set of news. The other set of news that I wanted to get into was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning in the ESPYs. He won the NBA Player of the Year award, and he also won Best Male Athlete of 22 awards in one night. Some of his teammates showed out. I was kind of sad not to see Chet's fit because we all seen those Sincel posts of his different fits. So I wanted to see like what him on the red carpet type of vibe would be. But these guys showed out last night. I'll pull up a picture of them. But I thought that was really cool. He also mentioned his teammates, and then during his speech before he could thank the organization and stuff, like his mic got cut out for a funny moment. I know like the host was making fun of his foul baiting and everything else. So I thought it was
the only thing though. Not the only thing the host was making. Not the only thing Shane Gillis was making fun of. He was going on a little bit of a rant.
Yeah. But focusing, I guess, back to the Thunder guys, I thought him winning it, like the list of people that have won male athlete of the year is, a top-notch list. Like you don't just win that. Like I think the best athletes that have ever been around have won that award when I looked at that list. So for him to kind of be included, and like it's just every day that passes, at least for me, like we get closer to like him just racking up all these different, becoming a trophy merchant, and like, entering more atmosphere in terms of like, highly ranked, top NBA player ever. Like his ranking increases every time he wins an award, and it's got me pumped up. But I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on like him winning those two at the ESPYs and what you guys thought of the team. I'll bring up a picture of them.
Well, I didn't even know this was an award, so it's pretty cool to add on another award, whatever it is. But the team was looking pretty fly, I must say. Wiggins and Hart had that on. I think you're about to shut, but
Yep, I'll pull it up right now.
That's about it from me. I didn't really know what ESPYs is, but
pretty dope for Shea individually. I was kind of pulling for them to win, best team of the year, saying that they won 68 games, but there was a team in Philadelphia I'm not going to speak of anyway.
I feel like the NFL has an edge, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it was awesome that he won Male Athlete of the Year. I didn't really expect him to. Like, we know what he's done, but he's not even like the biggest superstar in the NBA yet, and he's winning these awards. So this is definitely throwing him up there. Like he's going to start pulling in a shit ton of money for himself, and hopefully the play stays the same.
I know Shohei Ohtani was one of the nominees, and I was shocked they didn't give it to him because he has so much international pull, especially in Japan where he's from.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of thought that as well. It's the ESPYs, not normally they screw up the awards, but they did right by our boy yesterday.
Lou looks like an 80s R&B singer.
That's hilarious.
Jay kind of looks like a evil villain. He's hitting that pose.
So do we think that top coat's attached to the undergarments?
It can be with some pins, but I usually like it's able to come on and off and stuff. But
I would kind of hope so. That seems like annoying as hell to carry around the whole night. But
I don't know. Yeah. But Lou's got me laughing.
Yeah, I also wanted to thank Brooks Barnheiser for the W yesterday. He showed out. We're a perfect 4-0 start.
And Thunderbus is ready.
This guy, I'm not gonna like dive into this, but this guy is gonna become a fan favorite like fast.
Yeah, he just puts his whole energy into the game. I mean, he's just a rebounding machine, just full energy, steals, blocks. He's like the perfect role player. Like he knows his role. He's also really willing to give the ball up, go into pick and roll sets, get wide open. Like it's just rare to see a player know his role that well. The other thing I wanted to mention is today is Kenrich Williams Day, so make sure you guys celebrate that. Yeah, you got to throw one up for Kenrich. I saw a YouTube or Twitter comment that was like, make sure everyone gets a haircut in honor of Kenrich Williams.
No, I'm good.
No,
I made sure to get my fresh fade, as you guys can see.
I got my
I left a little in the back though.
If we hit 1,000 subs by the end of next week, I'll get the K Rich.
Oh Lord,
that's getting posted.
Yeah, we'll post that. Don't worry.
Ooh.
I'm serious too.
I believe him. All right. Well, with that, we can go ahead and jump over to the next topic. We have Landon's. So stage is yours, man.
Well, the Thunder just won a championship, and they're looking to go back to back. Yeah, shocking news.
Yeah, I know.
But we're gonna go over the three biggest threats. Some teams have messed with their rosters, of course. Teams want to get over the hump, and so they make moves during the offseason to try to improve their roster. Some riskier than others, but my first threat's the Nuggets. They took us to 7 games. They got deeper. I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory. Nikola Jokic is one of the best players on the planet. I think this team's a potential threat. I don't see them as a threat at the moment, but if they do stay healthy, I think they could be a threat, and that's the Dallas Mavericks. Their starting lineup if they stay healthy, will be Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Cooper Flagg, who's kind of an unknown. He did show some good flashes during the summer league. And then Anthony Davis, who has won a championship before with the Lakers, and Derek Lively, or I guess it could be Daniel Gafford. And then they'll also have PJ Washington and D'Angelo Russell off the bench if they stay healthy. I feel like they're just, when it comes down to the playoffs and rotations get crunched down to 8-9 guys, that could be a really solid rotation for them, and they could be a team to kind of be worried about. I think the Thunder would do their thing against them. And then if we were to make the finals again, which I'm a little biased, I obviously think we will, I think we could run into the Knicks. I think this might be the Knicks year. I think this might be the Knicks year in the East. Tibbs didn't like to play bench guys. Mike Brown has championship experience as an assistant. I don't know how it would be as a head coach with a team that could potentially make the finals in the East. But they added Jordan Clarkson, added Yabusele from the Sixers. I think they'll dig into their bench more, and they might have a chance in the East. I don't think they'd give the Thunder problems, but I mean, I also saw the Pacers take us to 7 games, so it is what it is.
I like that. I didn't even think about going Eastern Conference, but that's a good pull right there. They're probably favorites to win the East as of right now. So
they're my personal favorite. I would take them in the series over the Cavs.
Yeah, I would too. I guess I'll just bounce off that. Yeah, I actually agree with all three of those. But just Western Conference wise, I mean, you mentioned, I think Dallas is going to be a matchup problem for OKC. Guards wise, we kill everybody in the league guards wise. But when they getting into 3, 4, and 5 with Flagg, AD, and then one of Gafford Lively, they're huge. And Flagg super athletic, and can handle the rock and can shoot it. And then obviously AD is a monster healthy, and Gafford is just a huge guy, blocks shots and catches alley oops. So, I mean, they're going to be dangerous if Flagg lives up to the hype, even in his first season.
They can't keep doing the lottery behind closed doors. I think
it's absolutely ridiculous that he's there, but he's there. But they'll screw it up somehow. And then Denver, obviously, Jokic, they add Cam Johnson over MPJ, which I think is fantastic for them. I think it's a better shooter, creates more offense than MPJ off the dribble, can actually assist and get to the rim as well, and better defense too. So he just, in my opinion, much better player than MPJ. And then I mean, a lot of people saying Houston. I'll give it to Houston as of now. I mean, I like the add of Dorian Finney-Smith and obviously Kevin Durant, but I still think OKC takes them out. The only thing with Houston is, like, Thompson could guard Shea. Nobody could guard Shea, but Thompson is like one of the better defenders in the league, specifically for Shea. But then when you move over to like J-Dub, no one's guarding him. But I'll give it to Houston because I like your pull of the Knicks, but against OKC, they get wiped out fast.
I just personally don't think there's really 3 legit threats.
Yeah, I think for me, if it's anyone, it's like it's Houston, just because of just because everyone thinks it is. But I
Fair enough.
I guess I'll go.
Yeah, you go. No, you go, Jack. I'm good. You go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got Nuggets. Obviously, took us to 7, and they got way better, as you guys said. Dallas, they're big, and then those are the only teams I see as threats for us to win another championship. But the third biggest threat for us to win a championship is our 3-point shooting. If it doesn't.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
By the Bucks.
You like that?
Yeah, it just depends if it really takes that leap, because we haven't added anything to address it. But if we improve, then we don't really need to. So it just depends on our development. But this team with consistent 3-point shooting is insane, which we didn't have last year, and we won.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are my 3 Biggest threats.
Jack's playing chess.
That's big time.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna sound like a broken record just to get out of the way because I also had Nuggets, Mavericks, Rockets, same ones. The reasons Nuggets, not a whole lot to say other than they have the second best player in the world behind Shea, of course, but they're an incredible team. I mean, they always are. They're tough. I think people kind of turned them into underdogs at the start of this last season where they were like thinking that they just weren't going to be a good team, which is just laughable. But the big thing that I wanted to point out was what Joe said as well. Switching out MPJ for Cam is huge. I am a big trash talker on MPJ. I mean, you give him the ball and it's going up whether you like it or not. And I hate that about him. That's like the worst kind of player. If I was a Nuggets fan, I would have been praising the Lord when they shipped him out. So huge addition there. And then Jonas at the backup. That's big. They almost lost him overseas, but yeah, Nuggets are dangerous for sure. Mavericks, same thing you guys said. If they're healthy, this team is so scary. I mean, Cooper could be half of as good as what people think, and they'd still be a really good team because of everyone else around them. The depth is kind of insane. I mean, they just have a lot of things that I don't like to see. So definitely worried if they stay healthy. And then the Rockets are, again, same thing Joe said. They're kind of just there because I needed a third team, and like everyone says we should worry about the Rockets. I'm not really worried about the Rockets, but that's just how confident I am in our team. So I guess I'll slip them into the third spot. But yeah, mostly just Denver and the Mavs for me.
I'll go next. I'll say we've already said everything we need to say about Denver. About the Mavs, PJ Washington's still over there. Had to mention his name. And then the third team I've been reeling towards two teams. Maybe not like initial threats this year, but future threats is one team I would say is either the Spurs or the Suns. And I know everyone's probably like, yeah, Gabe's making the face about the Suns, but I actually like the move of moving away from KD. They're under the first apron. They can still add like a CP3 this season. They have a bunch of young pieces that they added, and they took the leading scorer off of the Rockets, added him on next to Devin Booker, drafted a bunch of young bigs around Devin, which is his weakness. So I really like that about their roster. Like, I think they're going to win a lot more games than people are thinking. Devin Booker with a real point guard, or him being the point guard, can work out for them. Like, I still believe in Devin Booker, in my opinion. Maybe just not around a roster composition of just straight offensive pieces. And then the Spurs, I feel like if they figure it out, like between all their lottery picks and stuff, like they just got a crazy roster. Like that can develop very quickly. Like they can be us 3 years from now where they're going and becoming a first seed in back-to-back seasons and going to a finals run. Right. So those are my, I guess, two honorable mentions. I'm not really afraid of the Rockets. They're one KD injury away from, not even making the playoffs. And then every other team doesn't really scare me. So that's where I'm at.
You saved yourself. I was ready to blow up when you said Phoenix. But then you mentioned that they'll win more games than people expect. So I quickly looked it up. The line's at 31.5. So yeah, I agree with that. But they're not doing anything. Let's be real.
I think if they're in a playoff setting with Devin Booker as their lead guy, like they're still dangerous. That's just my opinion. Like when he doesn't have to share the offensive load with other people, like it's really hard to stop him just by himself.
I'll be the one to go ahead and say it. I don't think they make the playoffs.
That's fine. I disagree. I just don't see.
Right. We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
I do like your mention of the Spurs, though. I was thinking about the Spurs a little bit. I don't think that it's exactly like you said. It won't be this year, but they are building something super, super good in San Antonio. And I'm pretty concerned about it for us in the future, because if let's say in a few years when we do have to start dealing with that second apron and whatnot, and we take a year where we need to switch some things up, that could be the year where San Antonio kind of goes over the top to try to take the number 1 spot from us. So San Antonio's building something good. Dylan Harper's, I'm really high on him. They're doing good over there. So I agree with San Antonio. That's a good one to at least mention for sure. But yeah, Phoenix, I don't know. I don't know. I get what you're saying. My thing with Phoenix is one game, Jalen Green might drop 8 and the next game might drop 20. So if he can be consistent, maybe they'll be better, but there's still some things I think he's got to fix. So I'm a bit worried about him still. So I don't know. We'll see. I like him. So.
I'll say he'll be better in the Phoenix system with the speed, also the attention on Devin Booker. So I think he'll just play a lot better in that system. With Şengün and him, they clearly didn't vibe because when Şengün was out, he was very much consistent. So I'm going to rely on him around him, like the guard, when there's just 2 guard play, like that's when both of them thrive. And so I think they'll thrive.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic for all you sports gamblers out there. Joe's got a little topic here for us.
Yeah, I'm going to answer these first, and everybody play along as well. Obviously, you guys will also get some input in there. But we got some over-under predictions, early predictions for next year. I'm not telling you to bet the money, but if I were to,
I'm betting the money.
I'm betting the money, so this is what I'm going to do. So I put the line over-under Shea points per game next year at 31.5. I feel that's a bit hefty. I think 31 is like actually perfect. So I would take the under. I'm not going to take 32 plus. Especially, I think J-Dub's going to be averaging like 25 next year compared to his 21 this season. So I'm going to take the under on Shea, but it's literally just 31.3, something like that. Next one. I guess I just already answered my second one. Smart Joe. I put the line for J-Dub at 24.5. I think he's pushing 25 plus next year. I'm going to take the over. You've seen the increase every year. Last year it was 21.4, dealt with a few injuries. Healthy J-Dub, super confident J-Dub coming off a 40-point finals, a finals win, and then obviously a 40-point game in the finals with the wrist surgery. I think he's pushing 25 plus. I really do. I think he's going to become that bona fide second superstar in Oklahoma City next season. I got the line at Chet Holmgren, 2.5 blocks. This one is interesting because I truly think he could actually push 3 blocks a game if he's healthy the whole season. But that is pretty hard to do. So I'm going to take the under. I do like him sitting around like 2.2.
What? That's insane, bro.
You know how hard averaging 3 blocks a game is, bro?
No,
anyway, we'll get to it. Let me finish. I think Chet's going to sit around like 2.2 blocks per game.
The highest.
I would love for him to sit at 3. I just don't like. That's incredible. 3 blocks.
The highest I saw for eligible players was Edie, I think, and it was 2.5.
Yeah, there you go.
They didn't count Wemby because of his injury.
And then for my last one, this was kind of more of like a play along kind of joke thing, but it could end up being serious. Aaron Wiggins. I currently have him as becoming the 6th man of the year next year, but Mark Daigneault needs to allow that to happen. I got the minutes line at over under 15.5 minutes. I know he played 22 point something per game this past season. We've had some injuries that allowed him to step into that role. And then we also didn't have guys like AJ Mitchell and Nikola Topic who are going to be pulling minutes away from some of these guys, especially during the regular season. I'm going to pray and take the over. I hope it's closer to like 22, 23, 24. But it's questionable, but I'm going to take the over on 15.5. So to wrap up, I got Shea under 31.5. I think he's going to sit at like 31. With the resurgence of J-Dub over 24.5, I think he's going to sit 25 plus. Chet, I pray that it's over 2.5, but that would be like one of the better defensive seasons ever. So I'm going to say like 2.2 blocks a game for Chet, hopefully. And then Wiggins, pray to God that he gets over 15.5 minutes, especially with the additions of Topic and Mitchell.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and go next here. First one, Shea, 31.5 points per game. I agree, Joe. Perfect line. I mean, that is like right where – well, that's how those darn bettors work. And they set the most like difficult lines to predict. But I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go under. I think our team is so stacked that and it's not just like guys like J-Dub. I mean, Chet can have a big year offensively. We have so many guys who can just step up and hit their shots and all around just add to that point total. So I don't know if he's getting over 31.5. So yeah, I'm going to start at under. Next is Dub at 24.5 points per game. I'm also going over. I agree with the whole confidence thing and signing that contract. I mean, that's a big thing that goes to confidence as well. I mean, that tells you that this franchise has a lot of faith in you and they know that you're just going to get better. So I definitely think he's going to go over. Chet, 2.5 blocks. Savir, plug your ears because I'm also going to say under. I think 2.5 is a pretty steep prediction there. And
I set it up because his career, he's averaging 2.3.
I was just about to say his rookie year, he played every single game and he only had 2.3. Last year, I know he was hurt. Still
Only 2.3.
Well,
right.
compared to the line, yeah. I mean, but and I know he's getting better each year, but we're an incredible defensive team, and there's other people that help add to those blocks. Shea is pretty much the best guard blocker in the NBA. Hart holds down the paint. We have Sorber now, who's a great defender. I just think that takes a lot of the pressure off of Chet to have to average 2.5 or more. So it's not that he can't. It's just that we're so good that I don't think he will need to. So I'm going to go under on that. And then Wiggins, 15.5 minutes. This is tough because I know you made it as a joke, Joe, but really, I mean, the amount of talent that this team has, like we genuinely don't know where those minutes are going to go. I'm going to say over, hopefully. I really think it'll be right at that like 16, 17 minute range. And I don't think we'll see more than that because I think Sorber is going to rise and get some minutes pretty quickly. And Topic, I mean, I think it'll be AJ who will be unfortunately having some of those minutes taken for Wiggins, which kind of stinks. I don't want that. Like I want AJ to get more minutes, but we are way too deep. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm going to sit a hopeful over. So yeah, same thing Joe did, wrap it up. Shea, I have under 31.5 points per game. Dub, I have over 24.5 points per game. Chet, I have under 2.5 blocks per game. And Wiggins, I have over 15.5 minutes.
All right, I'll go next. I got Shea on the over. I got J-Dub on the under. I got Wiggins on the over on the minutes, and I got over on the blocks for Chet. Am I missing one other thing there?
No, that's it. You're bullish.
That's it.
You're ready for over.
Well, I'm over on Shea, and then I'm under on J-Dub.
Makes sense.
I think he's going to take a leap, but I don't think it's going to be like a 25 point per game leap. And I just don't see Shea averaging under 32 because there's just no way. Like he's too much of an offensive engine. Like from what I saw from him this season, like 30 comes to him way too easily.
Yeah, you're right. My only rebuttal to that would be like, obviously what you expecting Dub under makes sense. But I think this regular season, not to sound ignorant or arrogant or cocky or whatever you want to call me, but like I think it's going to be a little bit more of a coast. The West is top heavy, but after that, in my opinion, it's nightly games are going to be very easy to OKC. And obviously, we only lost like 1 or 2 games to the East last year anyway, and they got worse. So I can see Shea just not having to do as much also in a lot of these games. I know he's going to get his 30 nightly, but there's going to be a lot of days where he's, again, not playing fourth quarters. He's not going to be having to score 35 in an overtime game to win the game as often. So, and now with the depth with the guards, with Topic and Mitchell, not that Shea's going to regress, but he's just not going to have to be playing as well as he did last year. What my thought process was.
Yeah,
I fully disagree. Like Shea's putting in work this summer. He's not one that takes possessions off or time off. Like I've never seen him make a comment towards I'm going to coast. His comment has never been that. So don't see it.
Not coast in terms of play. Coast because we're so good that we can afford to
sit out the fourth quarter.
I just don't think he's either way. Like even when he sat his fourth quarters, he made sure to get his 30 regardless. So he wouldn't even go out until he hit his 30 mark. So I don't see that happening.
Well, I think the 31.5 is a real good line, but I have under just from other people scoring. Pretty much all the reasons we've listed. Not by much, but still over 30, under 31.5. For dub, I have over. I think they kind of go hand in hand. If you're over on dub, you're under on Shea. For the same reasons. Shet, 2.5 blocks. If anyone can do it, he can. Like, I mean, I'm taking the over. I back him. I believe he can. It'll be interesting to see. And then Wiggins, over 15.5 minutes. He deserves more, obviously, but I think if you gave me that line before every game, I would not put any money on it at all. If you gave me the line before the season, I put the over. One game, it'll be 30. The next game, it'll be 5. He could put up 40 points and still get 2 minutes the next game. Yeah, we'll see. But I would love him to start or be the 6th man, but his minutes are just going to be all over the place like it always has been. We're going to be like, oh, man, we could really use Wiggins in this game to win. Mark's like, nah, we got Topic. We'll play him instead. Wiggins will end the game in 5 minutes. But so I'll take the over for the whole season.
All right. Well, I got Shea over. I think he's going to put a lot of emphasis on working on the 3 ball this summer. 3s are greater than 2s, so I think that will make his scoring go up naturally. So I think he'll hit the over on that mark. J-Dub, I have the under. I don't think he'll get enough shots with all the guys coming in because he likes to play with the second unit a lot, and AJ's also a scorer. So I think that might take some shots away from him. Chet, I actually have the over. I think with the full season under his belt, he's going to have a lot of high volume games when it comes to blocks. He'll have like some games where he gets 5 or 6 blocks, which will naturally boost his averages there. And then Wiggins, I got the over. He averaged 22.9 minutes. For some reason, Mark Dagnall likes to play Aaron Wiggins when we're like up 20 points with 5 minutes left in games. So I could see that continuing, and that will boost his minutes averages. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's hop on over to the next one. We have Jack's topic.
As you know, I'm from New Zealand, and that is international. So we're going to rank our 5 favorite international players on OKC ever. I'm going to start off with 2 honorable mentions. I have Jalen Williams. He's got Vietnamese descent, but born and raised in America. And then Dennis Schroeder from Germany. Didn't quite make my top 5, but I had to shout them out. At 5, I have Josh Giddey. Really enjoyed when he was playing here. I mean, it didn't end as fun, but the TikToks he made, all that, yeah, it was real fun in its prime. 4, I have Dort from Canada and Haiti, actually. But yeah, he's just part of this team. Longest tenured player, just pretty much the man. 3rd, I have Isaiah Hartenstein. Really happy with the pickup. I think we wouldn't have won the championship without him, and obviously Caruso and other things. But I really love the way he plays, and I really value that. Not every basketball fan can appreciate someone like Isaiah Hartenstein, but I think we do a great job here at OKC of appreciating what he does and how much he dogs it out. 2, I have Shea. Pretty obvious. Nearly everyone, like probably the best Thunder player of all time from Canada. Again, we wouldn't have won a championship without him, so it's pretty easy to like him. And then number 1, with no surprise at all, the man who got me into basketball, the man who made me a Thunder fan, Steven Adams from New Zealand. I've said the man a lot, but he is the man. Everyone loves him. If he's not in your top 5, then I might get off this call, but yeah.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll go next, and he's not on my list, but I got Shea, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, Pokuševski, and Thabo Sefolosha. That's my list.
Poku over Steve-O.
Just to be different. Like, obviously, I feel like Steven Adams should make everyone's list, so I wanted to get other people on my list. That's all.
He's being considerate.
Yeah, I wanted to have other people have a chance. It's like I feel like Steven Adams is going to be on everyone's list. If you're
Yeah,
asked
but
this
it's
question,
for a reason, bro. Come on.
that's true. I mean, he is one of my favorite, obviously, but I wanted to shout out some other guys. So
Okay.
All right, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
Shea 1, Steve-O 2,
Mhm.
Lou Dort 3. As much as I absolutely kind of like despise the guy, I'm going to throw Alex Abrinas on there. I didn't enjoy him being on our roster, but he was on teams that I enjoyed watching growing up. So I got to throw Alex Abrinas on there. And then what was that? 3? I just list 3 of them: Shea, Steve-O, Abrinas, Lou Dort. And I mean, I got no love for Pokashevsky. I don't know why a lot of Oklahoma City fans do. I don't really understand it. I'm probably just gonna go with like Josh Giddey. I was gonna throw like Ooze in there, but Ooze is Ooze. Yeah, I'll just round it out with Josh. I mean, not a lot of players that come to mind, but I do respect Sapir leaving Steve-O for the rest of us. But come on, man, just be selfish.
Mhm.
Yeah, first I want to shout out all our international followers and fans since we're on the international topic. But I like players. I like championship teams. I like players that win championships. So I chose 5 championship players: Alex Dukas, Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, Shea, and Usman Jang, because they won the first championship in Oklahoma City. So I got to give them their respect and their flowers for that.
That is the most Landon answer I've ever
For
heard.
Landon, it is not about the friends we make along the way. It is only about winning. For me at number 5, I got the hometown bias. I got Abdul Nader, Iowa State legend. Absolutely loved Nader.
I forgot about Abdul.
Nader. Absolutely loved Abdul Nader when he played for Iowa State.
Can I interrupt you real quick? Just for
yeah,
2
go ahead.
seconds?
Go ahead.
Get Abrinas off my get him off my list. Put Abdul Nader in there. Thank you.
I will respect that. Abdul Nader's a baller.
Can someone in the comments let me know what Nader's up to nowadays? I have no clue.
Nothing good. But I love him to death. He was so fun to watch at Iowa State. Number 4, Josh Giddey. I feel like everybody liked Giddey, like at least for the personality side of things. Like he was just a fun guy to have with those younger players and whatnot. I loved him and Chet's kind of like on and off court chemistry and whatnot. But yeah, like Jack said, didn't end the greatest. But yeah, big fan of Giddey. Number 3, Steven Adams. Love Steven Adams. Always will. Nothing hits more than the Russ throwing up a lob and Steve just slamming the dude underneath the hoop, through the hoop with him. Number 2, Dort. I mean, Dort's exactly what you want from a basketball player. I mean, literally everything, leaving his heart out, diving across the floor, trying to save it. Just everything he did, you were just like in awe of, wow, we really have a guy like this on our team. And then number 1, SGA, pretty self-explanatory. I mean, best Thunder player of all time. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make a quick change real quick to my list.
Oh, man.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to take Shea off my list, and I gotta put Enes Kanter on the list.
Bro, we're a bunch of morons. I apologize to everybody who's watching. I apologize to everyone in Oklahoma City, everybody, an NBA fan. Serge Ibaka, bro.
Oh yeah, Serge Ibaka.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an absolute
Congo represent.
Abdul Nader, though, you know.
Yeah, of course, but
like Alex Dukas.
Okay.
I'm over here forgetting Serge Ibaka and Enes Kanter, and like, I don't know. I can't believe I didn't put them on the list.
I'm going to restart. Shea, Serge, Enes Kanter, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey. Thank you.
If only someone gave you a list of players you could choose from.
There's no
random
way.
shout out to Hashim Thabit. Just because.
Yeah. Joe, I think you should find a way to slip Nader back in that list. I don't know.
All right, we'll get Josh out of there.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, with that, let's jump over to Gabe's list. Gabe's list here is your top 3 favorite obscure Thunder players. I think this is a great list, but Gabe will go first. So, number 1, Deontay Burton, the Iowa State love again. I love Deontay Burton, bro. That guy was so much fun to watch. I literally is like, he is responsible for so many of like my early basketball memories, just being an Iowa State fan, like really caring about going to games and watching Deontay Burton. I've also met him multiple times. So yeah,
Shout out
definitely.
DeAndre Burton. I watch him often. He plays in the KBL, the Korean Basketball League. Outstanding organization, by the way.
Just a very, very fun player. Number 2 for me, Al Horford. I love me some Al Horford, bro. I was so glad when he was on our team. Al Horford is a beast. I saw someone post the other day, like some of the most obscure teams, like posting a player to say vote for the All-Star game. They're like, why was OKC posting Al Horford for All-Star? Get out of here. Because it was Al Horford. That's why. And then number 3, Brandon Carlson. Yeah. I think we all just found this deep love for Brandon Carlson this season that was just for no reason really, other than he was just this tall young kid that came in and was hitting threes. And then the Cavs game happened and we were like, this guy, like Brandon Carlson. So yeah, I don't know. That's my top 3, I guess.
I love it. I got a bit like different way of going about it, but I love your list. I got Daquan Cook, one of my favorite early OKC players, absolute sniper from 3. So we'll go with Daquan. Number 2, you guys may not like it, one of my favorite Thunder players ever, just because I thought he was going to be good for us. He wasn't, but I thought he was. Randy Foye, all time. I love that acquisition. I really thought he was going to put us over the top. I convinced myself that a long time ago. Just unfortunately did not work out that way. But Randy Foye at number 2. And number 3, again, you guys may not like it, but I feel like I have to go this route. Like, I was trying to find anyone other than this player, but I had to go this route. I just went with Reggie Jackson, bro. Like, you look back on Reggie Jackson's career, he's not going to be remembered for OKC at all anymore. Played with the Pistons, he played with the Clippers. You kind of forget that he even played for OKC. And I don't like the guy, but Reggie Jackson.
How do you not like him, but he's one of your favorite players?
No, obscure players.
He was just like naming obscure, like his top 3, like most obscure players.
Oh, I see.
All right, I'm gonna enter the list. So Kyle Singler, Josh Hustis, and I'm gonna say Perry Jones III. Those are the 3 guys that's on my list. So
Perry Jones III is
solid.
good.
Is there an update on Kyle Singler?
Bro, I don't know.
There hasn't been one.
All right.
Well, the only thing I did see, like Kevin Love trying to reach out and stuff, but not much more than that.
Yeah, Kevin Love might need someone to reach out to him now too. I don't know.
It's
True.
crazy.
All right, my top 3 obscure Thunder role players. 1, I have Eugene Omarui.
I could have guessed 10 times out of 10 that you were going that. I knew you were going to go that way.
Yeah. Well, number 2, Olivier Sarr. Bowler until he tore his ACL. But and then number 3, Vit Krejci. Just obscure. He was cool. Not much to it, but
Very obscure. Vit Krejci.
He turned a lot of Argentinian people into Thunder fans.
why?
He has he's popular there. He's like a big guy, big name there.
He's a hooper
Argentina.
now.
Only the Thunder
now.
coverage and Thunder fan zone would just go on a rant about this guy.
No, I thought he was like Slovenian or Czech Republican or
He's a baller. That's what he
He's
is.
from Argentina.
He's from the Czech Republic. He's definitely not.
yeah.
Well, he's a
That's
baller.
why I was
Dad?
confused.
Am
Why
I mixed up?
Yeah.
you must be? I'm so confused. Argentinian fans for a Czech Republican player.
Either way, it's definitely a obscure Thunder pull.
Yeah.
No, Gabriel Deck.
Whoa.
We're talking about Gabriel Deck,
he
right?
was
No, we are
Yeah.
not. Nope.
no one.
Vit Krejci.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Gabriel Deck. Yeah, that's
I think
fair.
it's
Gabriel Deck's got a lot of fans from.
Yeah, from Argentina.
That's true.
It's because before we filmed, I was looking through like the all-time list of
Just kinda
Thunder players, and
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay.
All right. Who hasn't done their list? Landon, are you up?
me,
Okay. let's hear it.
Xavier Simpson. I like the hook shot.
Oh,
It's
God.
lethal. Never seen a point guard with such a nasty hook shot.
Never seen a player with such a nasty hook shot.
Oh, Will Chamberlain.
Nope.
No.
Okay, Will.
I gotta throw Micic in the mix. I was a Micic propaganda spreader. I was acting like he was I was acting like he was what Topic or AJ is supposed to be for us now. Kind of that spark plug guard off the bench.
You said you were a Micic spreader, as if there were others. I think you might have been the only one. But I like the guy.
Yeah, he's a really good
He's a
passer.
wizard with the ball.
He had flashy passes activated, and now he's just out of the NBA. I kind of forgot Obscure was part of this, and I went Moose, Mike Muscala, but I feel like that's not super obscure.
That's fine.
It's fine. It does the job.
I
You
went
could just
Reggie
definitely
Jackson.
get more obscure.
Yeah.
You're
But
good.
Mike Moose is
But
a good one. Mike Muscala is
Just
a good one.
good vibes. Every time he hit a three, the crowd went crazy, and just a good vet for the younger guys. Good guy overall.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that one right there. That's a good one. I actually had him on my list of potential players as well, so that's a good one for sure. I was also thinking, anyone thinking Hammy Diallo, slam dunk king?
Beast. I didn't even think of him.
I was thinking a little bit about him. Or like, what about Patrick Patterson?
I hated Patterson. Oh my God, what a fucking bum, bro. You know, Daquan Cook was like, he was like my hero growing up, bro.
I'm sure he'd be honored to hear that, Joe.
Yeah. I think I wrote a school paper about him.
I think he's more honored now. That's meaningful.
I love Daquan Cook.
That's the title of it. I love Daquan Cook. All right. Well, I think we can go ahead and wrap up this episode here. As always, we really appreciate you guys listening. Please let us know in the comments. Yes, Joe?
Wait, we forgot to mention I was supposed to do this a while ago, but I forgot, and this is on me. But when we were talking about the 3 threats to the Thunder, there was one team we forgot to mention that a lot of teams are underrating this year. The Charlotte Hornets, man. They got no, I'm joking. Keep going.
There was a second, Joe, where I was about to just end the episode. Oh, man. But yeah, for sure. Thank you guys for listening. Let us know in the comments if you guys have any of your own kind of takes for the topics that we did. We'd love to hear what you guys think, as always. But yeah, if anyone else has something they want to drop before we head out,
I'll add the fact that we could possibly be in the Summer League playoffs, depending on the tiebreakers, which is the point differential. So we're going to have to see, I believe, today, depending on like if the Kings or the Timberwolves or anything, score a little bit more points to get in, or we get in. But AJ and Topic probably won't be playing. So,
well, basically the takeaway from that is all we do is win around here. So still getting back in the playoffs. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Never mind. Xavier, you want to add something?
I was just going to say the other thing is no Summer League champion has been crowned at the same time that an NBA champion also won the championship. So it'd be pretty dope if, like, a Brooks Barnheiser-led Summer League squad wins, right after we won. So
it's also
you
You heard it here. Bet it. If you can find a book that has it, bet it.
There we go. Joe and his sports gambling.
We'll start a series just for Joe.
I might do a betting. Yeah, you know
You
what?
could actually do that. Like
I'll talk about that after the episode.
Until we lose fans because Joe keeps missing on his bets and everyone's like mad at him. I would take 30 points on just pull it. Thomas Sorber. Double tonight.
Nah, bro. Trust. I'm good.
All right. Well, make sure you guys do try to check out some of those Summer League games if we do, in fact, make the Summer League playoffs. But as always, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.